Okay, listen up. Joe Flacco's got a few words. This is our day, our time, our moment. Everything we've done in our lives has led us to this. Give 1,000% today, or we give nothing.
Joe?
What do you say?
Joe?
Let's go shopping.
You talking to your Ravens debit card again?
Get pumped for your exclusive Ravens debit card only from M&T Bank. Get it with any new M&T personal checking account. Rush to any M&T Bank branch or mtb.com/Ravens. M&T Bank, the official bank of your Baltimore Ravens. Offers subject to change and certain restrictions, conditions, and fees may apply. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Oh, jeez. We're starting.
Oh, jeez, we're starting.
Geez. Did you know who we are? You know what we do? Google us. For the, 5 people who watch Impact. Oh, my God. I just made Erin watch that because I thought it was so funny. We'll talk about it later.
But... It was so bad.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. How are you?
I'm good. You know. That's it. I have, a lot going on.
Paint me a real picture there.
I know. I have a lot going on. I always do. Can't think of anything specific. That's it, really.
Any good shows lately?
Oh, no.
God.
I shit the bed really hard on Sunday.
Really?
I have, PTSD from it. When I think about it in the middle of the day, my hands get sweaty and my stomach drops and I, get, blurry-eyed.
Oh, sure.
Because I'm so upset about how poorly I did.
What were you doing?
It was a live band thing. There was a miscommunication with the band, and usually I cover gaffes pretty well, and I was just feeling really insecure, and I was trying a new bit, and the bit wasn't going really well, and then there was this miscommunication, and I was in a pretty stacked cast, and then I felt like some imposter syndrome, and it just all compounded in on itself, and I felt like a fucking deer in headlights, and I know when I have a good performance. I'm very self-aware as a performer. I know when I have a good performance. I know when I have, a not good performance, but you can usually tell, the audience didn't know. I covered it well. I felt so miserable. I still, it happened Sunday, and it's Wednesday night, and I'm still, my hands are sweaty right now. That was so awful.
That sounds terrible.
And it's funny because I did a live band show on Friday night, and I had my, I got caught in a costume piece. I didn't have a great week of performances, but I got caught in a costume piece, and I was doing this, really sensual number, and then I got caught in a costume piece, and so then I turned it into a comedy bit, but, I recovered from it, and then I did, a tip get without my corset on, and it was it's a joke, I got it off, now you can see my butt, and we got, good tips, and, that's how I normally would handle it, but, for some reason on Sunday, I just couldn't. And I just, shit the bed really hard.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have 2 performances on Friday, and I'm very much looking forward to performing, and those being the, last performances in my head. And I'm doing my new werewolf number, which is really fun, and will go over really well.
So good.
Right. So I just, need that to not be my last performance. Because, I'm
Fair.
still thinking about it, and it's, still upsetting me.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's true. You'll have something to cover it up with.
Rara was it wasn't as bad as you thought, and I was but it was bad. And she was yeah, I mean, it was bad. And I was yeah, it was bad. It was embarrassing. That's what it was. It was embarrassing. And there
Which
were
is way worse.
And there were lots of performers in the show who I really respect, and it was just embarrassing. It was so it was awful.
That sucks.
I've fallen on stage and recovered.
I've watched you fall on stage before.
I've recovered before. This should have been easily recoverable, and it just wasn't.
It happens. It happens. It's like when you're doing a monologue and you just miss one thing and you cannot stop thinking about it for the rest of the scene.
Yeah, but
that's just
the
to get me all
scene
the time.
continues to go.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it was. And the band extended their song, so it sounded like they were gonna end. So I hurried up and took my bra off, which was my final costume piece because I wasn't taking my corset off. Then they extended the song, and I was no, I already took all my costume off.
Oh,
No. And I normally I could have vamped or whatever, but I just wasn't feeling it, and I was I need to get, I was starting to sweat. I was I'm gonna have a panic attack on stage. We need to be done.
Oh.
And I've done tons of live band. It just did not go well.
It happens.
Yeah, I guess.
It had to happen eventually, right? Is it the worst night you've ever had?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the worst performance I've ever had.
Well, there you go. Got your bottom. Now you can be like, at least it will never be as bad as that show.
Hopefully. God. if I have a worse show, I'm just gonna quit.
Fair.
Yeah, I can't recall a performance that was so... I mean, I had one before that. This is way worse. Ironically, in front of the same performers. Maybe it's just those performers who, give me the... Not because they're bad or bad people, but, I look up to them.
Because you respect them, yeah. Of course you're going to be the most nervous in front of the people that you want to do the best in front of.
And I was, trying a new bit, and I, didn't work. Don't try weird bits in front of, a casual audience.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No.
How are you?
I'm great. I actually had a great day.
Good.
I went to get my marriage license today, so it was nice. Yeah, Michael and I met. I left work an hour early, and we walked down to the Daily Center, and we went in at 4:30 in the afternoon, and there were 3 other couples in there getting licenses. I was like, how many fucking people get married in Chicago every day? I would like
so many.
So many. And I kind of abstractly knew that, but it was weird to walk in and be like, wow, this is weird. We look real different than everybody. Everyone looks real different from each other. It was just this. It was funny too because we walked in.
What did other couples look like?
There was an Asian couple. There was... I'm not sure if it was a woman and another woman. It might have been sort of a feminine looking man. I don't know. They were both white, and then there was a black couple, and then us. So it was here's this gambit of people. And we didn't wait in line at all. We just walked up and got our stuff. The clerk was really funny. When we walked in, the security officer was like, marriage licenses, right? And we were like, yeah, how'd you know? And he was like, you're both glowing. And I was like, oh, that's nice. So that was cool. So I got some wine to celebrate. I'm excited about it. I had my bachelorette party this weekend, which you know, because you organized part of it.
Yes.
Which was super fun.
I saw that one of the I.O. Shakespeare guys walking down the street, and I was like, that's a guy. But I obviously didn't say anything.
Should just shout out to him. Whatever, actors
the one that
love that
played the Queen Margaret or whatever with the watch it. Oh. I saw him on the street.
He was great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd never been to I.O. Shakespeare, and I've heard about it for a long time.
Oh, so. I'm surprised by that. That was the second time I'd been. I mean, it's a completely different show every time.
Obviously, it's improv.
I
dated a comedian, so I don't love going to, but I had to see so much because he did a lot of sketch and improv. I did see so much.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say I dated a comedian. I know how improv works.
No. You don't understand.
Oh, I do. I remember.
To see so much. So I'm a little scarred from sketch comedy and improv.
I totally understand.
And I go every once in a while, friends, and usually we pick good stuff and stuff that's known to be good, but it's I just see so much. I have nightmares about some of the stuff I saw because I'm one of those people it's embarrassed for other people, and it's I saw.
That's why I don't like improv most of the time. It's if it's bad, it's real.
I saw
bad.
some.
I saw that same ex-boyfriend. I saw a show of his with you, and there was someone in it who was just horrific.
Was it the girl that did the one woman improv thing?
I don't remember.
That was the worst thing. That was the worst performance I've ever seen ever, and I wanted to melt into myself.
So embarrassing.
I was so uncomfortable. I thought I was going to pass out. It was so bad.
Ugh.
Anyway, so I don't go see a lot of stuff. That's part of the reason I had never gone.
Oh, okay.
But it was really, really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I also love that the theme was ladies.
I love that the guy who suggested it was clearly kind of a dick, and they turned it into the most progressive.
I know.
And I was like, they really served it back up to you.
I know. It was great. It was also the perfect show for the party that we were having. It was great. It was super fun. I carried that blue cup around all night until we got to our last bar, and I was like, okay, I'm leaving. And Devin went, where's your blue cup? And I looked around, and no one could find it. So I think someone lifted it off the bar.
That's funny.
Walked by and was like, this is mine now. And I carried it the whole night. I
was a $4 cup.
I really liked it. I was like, aw.
Yeah, it was your special cup.
Man, I had that sash on that no one could see because it was the same color as my dress, which low-key worked out real well for me.
Well, I made you wear a Divas necklace.
I know. I put it up at my office. It's hanging at my desk.
I tried to buy you a belt, but
I know!
that was broken, and it was too expensive to not send back because it was so It wasn't even like a little broken.
No, it was broken as fuck.
Broken.
Yeah, that was true. That would have been nice to... I totally would have worn the Divas belt around all night.
I know, it would have been really fun.
Yeah, it would have been the equivalent of a dick crown for me.
I know,
like, here's
which is
this
why
really
I bought
embarrassing
it.
thing you have to wear all fucking
But
night.
it came like shattered, and I was
know.
like, this toy was so much money because it's like exclusive now because they retired the belt, and I was like, I can't not. I have to return it.
Fuck that. I would be pissed if you did not return it. Like, that's bullshit. But yeah, it was super fun. It was also nice to have like a trial run for like a bunch of different groups of people being in the same place, and like you have to be a host the whole time, even though you're not it's not my house, but I'm like it's all of my friends. I want to make sure that they're all like blending together. So it was nice to be like, oh, this is why people do these showers to like get things and like practice. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so it was a really good weekend, and I have 2 weeks. And then I'll be on wedding vacation, so...
Wait, are you going right away?
I'm doing the Wednesday and Thursday before. I'm taking that off, and then...
Oh, I thought you meant your honeymoon wedding.
Oh, no. We're not going till,
that's
like...
March or something,
Yeah,
right?
like April-ish. Yeah, no. I'm going immediately back to work. Because that's my life. What wrestling shirt are you wearing? Are you wearing a wrestling shirt? Okay.
I'm wearing a Seth Rollins
okay,
hoodie.
I see now.
Because it's winter.
It is.
And it's cold.
Fucking
I guess it's
cold
not
here.
winter, but it was cold today.
Yeah.
So
which
I
is
put
nice
on
because the World Series
hoodie.
was 103 degrees during their game yesterday.
I know.
Which is fucking
But they're
crazy.
in LA, so...
Still? In November?
I don't know how the weather works.
It should not be that hot. Definitely should not be that hot.
What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Pro Wrestling Girl Gang shirt.
And a string of pearls.
And a string of pearls. I wanted to look nice for my wedding certificate selfie that we took earlier, which I obviously
love that
forced
this
Michael
is your
to do.
definition of nice.
Oh, yeah. I have, like, a 3/4 sleeve shirt with a collar, unbuttoned, and a pro wrestling shirt, and pearls. And my hair's brushed and pulled back out of my face.
I guess.
I can't wait to cut my hair.
I can't wait for you to cut your hair.
Fucking
it looks
done.
so unnatural.
I hate it.
You're going to Renee Young it.
Yes, I am.
Without the wispy bangs.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Don't get the wispy bangs.
No. I could, like, frame and do the thing, but I don't know if I
mean, you
care.
have, like, a big forehead, but I feel like you wouldn't... I don't know if bangs would totally
I don't need
work.
bangs.
Yeah, you don't need... For some reason, like, because, like, I have a big forehead, but I need bangs.
Yeah, I can have bangs and they look fine because the rest of my face is, like, shaped okay for it, but, like, I don't really need bangs, so I usually don't have them.
They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they are. I'm like, I'll break out. And, like, that time that
I don't even have breakouts under my bangs. It's just, like, I have to just wash my bangs separately from the rest of my hair.
Mm-hmm. One time I grew my bangs out because it was during the era of very thin eyebrows, and I was like, I fucking hate this. I, like, realized how much I hated having to have thin eyebrows all the time, and so I just completely shaved my eyebrows off, and I grew my bangs out, and I just had bangs, and no one knew that I didn't have eyebrows for, like, months. And then I just grew my eyebrows back.
It's so insane.
Now I have great eyebrows.
That's so nuts. Got any wrestling news?
Yes, I do. I know there's a bunch of news. Let's start with Global Force Wrestling. Global Force Wrestling and Impact cut ties. How long did that last?
Like 4 months.
Not very long.
Also, like...
How don't they die? I don't get it.
I mean, I don't want them to die.
I don't want them to die either, but I'm also like, literally, how?
Well, they're not TNA anymore, so TNA technically died.
I mean, Impact has been alive forever.
Yeah.
Hasn't it always been Impact? The show has been?
TNA Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
I guess. And now it's just Impact Wrestling.
I mean, I'm glad I have an Impact Wrestling shirt.
Also, Jeff Jarrett, like, there were rumors that he showed up, like, drunk to a show and tried to wrestle, and he got, like, removed from a show or something. So, like, Jeff Jarrett is losing it a little bit, it seems.
Shocking. Rebby Hardy told us this was going to happen.
Always listen to Rebby Hardy.
Always
is what
listen
I've
to
learned.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We did not once, and we were wrong, so now we just listen to her.
She is basically our fearless leader.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, let's see. Here's some
Nikki
other
Bella's
things.
doing really well on Dancing with the Stars.
Still, I'm really surprised she's
still on
lasted so long.
She got 3 9s 2 weeks in a row.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
I personally didn't think that her dance this week, I thought some dances earlier on that she got lower scores for, she deserved higher scores, and I personally think that she deserved lower scores for the tango, but I also love the tango, so I'm like a little picky about it.
That makes sense.
But also it's weird because with those reality shows, they like score for the competitor, so they were all like, you're doing so good, you're improving, you're doing all this stuff, so it's like hard, like maybe that dance didn't deserve 9s, but like she and her effort deserved 9s.
Mm-hmm. That's the weird thing about that show is like their scoring system is so weird and it like fluctuates so heavily throughout the whole season that it just bothers me. I don't like it.
I never watched Malcolm in the Middle, but Frankie Muniz is pretty endearing.
Loved Malcolm in the Middle.
He's
I'm so
like
glad
really
he's doing
endearing,
well.
and he's doing a good job.
Good.
He got really low scores that he did not deserve.
So dumb.
They did like a upbeat, like poppy jazz routine, and he got shitty scores. And there was only one little mistake that I saw, and I don't think that he deserved.
That's stupid.
Like bad.
You're not
scores.
getting better enough.
But the previous week he got like all 9s because he did like it was Disney week and he did like a Pirates of the Caribbean tango or some shit. I don't know. Here's the thing. I watch Nikki's and I watch Frankie's now and I like pick and choose, but I really don't watch the whole show, so I like don't have a great context of who's doing well.
Yeah.
But I know that Nikki got good scores 2 weeks in a row.
Okay, that's good. I want her to go far. Also, like, why not keep Nikki around as long as possible? She has a very famous fiance, like,
who is like showing up and is in the crowd a bunch.
Yeah, so like, keep that bitch around.
Terrible suits.
How many suits do you think John Cena owns?
So many, and they're all like patterned and terrible.
I know, that's like, I know they're all different. Is he like Macho Man Randy Savage and like never wears the same suit twice? It just like
no,
has
I don't
a
think
full
so. 'Cause
rotation.
there's like this blue checkered thing that he always
Oh,
wears.
that's true. He does wear that suit a lot.
Or he just says like 7,000 of that one.
Yeah, maybe he has multiple. I would not be surprised by that, even a little bit, actually.
Yeah. Maurice was in the audience.
Oh, really?
Also, Miz and Maurice are having a girl.
Yes, I did see
that.
that.
Maurice and Brie were sitting together, and I was like, don't you guys hate each other? I'm confused. Maybe you made friends again.
They're like, well, our children are going to have to be friends. Also, Maurice is like, please give me all of the things you no longer need for nursing because I'm going to need those things.
Except for, I'm sure they are just like, we're rich, we'll buy our own.
Yeah, true. Although, like, that shit is a pain
Brie,
in the ass.
Brie wants to have another kid, so you save that.
That's true.
Because you don't have a baby shower for the second kid. You only have it for the first kid.
Really?
Yeah, you only have it for the first kid because you don't have anything. You don't have a breast pump. You don't have a crib. You don't have the stuff. But for kid 2 and 3, you have all that stuff. You're not supposed to. Maybe some people do, but you're not supposed to have a baby shower.
Well, I guess I've been to ones for, I'm like pulling in my hair, sorry. The ones that I've been to for second kids, it's been like a diaper shower where you bring like supplies.
Yeah, that's like a little different. Though.
Yeah, so that's...
But you're not like supposed to have more than one.
Yeah. I think it's more like all the people I know who have done that have not like a lot of kids, but have kids and have a family full of kids. And so they all just like get together, which my family just does a lot. So maybe that's
gross.
My family thing. Whatever, it's fine. Anyway, well, good. I'm glad Nikki's doing well. How many people are left?
I don't know. I thought we moved on to Miz and Maurice.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Miz and Maurice are having a girl.
Part of their thing.
They had a whole fucking gender reveal party, which like... Whatever, but if people want to do it, like, fine. But they were dressed as, like, Cinderella and the prince.
Jesus.
They were, like, because, you know, like, that's Miz and Maurice's thing. They love to throw parties, and they love to throw themed parties.
That's true, they do.
So they had this whole, like, Cinderella theme.
That's fair.
And the cake was all, and they did the thing where they, like, cut the cake, and it's, like, pink on the inside.
Oh, okay.
You could see that she was really excited, and that he had, like, a flash of disappointment, but then was really excited. And then he sent out a tweet that was, like, if my daughter is, like, half as beautiful and strong as as Maurice, then like she'll be an incredible woman, which was like really cute.
Yeah. Also like
Miz and Maurice like may be terrible people, but they are great to each other.
Yes, that's true. And like
that is all that matters to me.
Demonstrate a healthy relationship for your child so they can grow into a normal functioning human being. That is rule number 1. Make a human who is better than you. That should be the rule.
Nick's boss's wife works in an environment, and I think went to the same college as Miz, and so she's like been to like functions with him because she's like high up at a corporation or whatever. So they've been to functions together, and she said that he's like an unbelievable dick.
So unsurprising. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
He's just like a cocky dick. But
of course he is.
Really nice to his wife. So at least there's that.
Right? I mean, he has reason to be cocky. Like, he literally achieved his dreams.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not be cocky?
And everybody made fun of him for it for a long time.
For a super long time. And he's like,
and like,
bitch, look at me making all this money with this hot ass
He was in WWE for a long time and people made fun of him.
Yeah,
and now
absolutely.
he's like...
Even when he headlined WrestleMania, people were like, you're a joke. It's amazing
and
how
now
his
like
career
they
has
have the
turned
memes where it's like fucking Miz carrying Raw on his back.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
It's damn true.
It's damn true. Okay, let's see. Other
Jericho
moves.
and Omega are having a Twitter feud, but it's probably just a work for
1000%
their like
work.
ROH cruise.
Who cares? I like barely even knew it was happening, except for people saying, "Are people still following this?" And I was like, I don't care. I don't care.
It's not meningitis, it's the mumps.
Or is it? They're also still saying that it's like a viral infection, but not saying the mumps, probably because they don't want to be like...
Somebody said the mumps.
Yeah, they've given like 3 different reasons about
Don't
what's
people get
happening.
MMR shots?
I know, right?
They're old
How
enough.
Are all of you not vaccinated?
They're old enough to like miss the like non-vaccination bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way any of these people were not vaccinated as children. Like, that's why I'm saying I feel like there's a bunch of shit going on, and they're like, throw it out there. A couple of people are sick. Everybody's sick. Everyone's out sick. Tom Phillips is on assignment. Wink.
Well, he's on his honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why they don't just say that. Oh,
because he's got to remain an eligible bachelor.
That's true. Also,
so he
speaking...
can face fuck women.
DM about face fucking women. I don't believe he actually fucked her.
He really wanted to.
Yeah, it's true. He did. And like, that's fine. But like, be honest about your intentions and your obligations.
Well, he's in an open relationship, so...
Oh, he's Adam Blanford or whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck that dude.
I know somebody said that and it was like, I don't follow what culture. Fuck that website. Fuck that site.
Fuck that.
I don't need any of that in
the only reason I was like, how dare you make it harder for people who are actually in open relationships? Like, it is already hard enough for people to be like, oh, I don't know, it makes me nervous that you won't fall in love with me. Like, bitch, get over it. But seriously, like, if a dude tells you he's in an open relationship, ask to speak to his girlfriend. If he panics, he's a fucking liar. Straight up. Those are the rules. And, like, dudes in open relationships will be like, yeah, you should do that. So that pisses me off. Anyway, I was gonna say, I did some detective work. And I would say with, like, 90 actual confidence, not like...
Do you not know the password to your phone?
No, I do. Not with, like, Bray's getting divorced, deposed confidence, like, actual supported facts confident. I'm pretty sure that Cesaro and Sarah Del Rey got married. I'm, like, almost positive. Here is my evidence. Cesaro has started taping a ring of tape around his wedding finger, which he never used to do before. I went back and I was like, is this new? Yeah, this is new. I noticed it because he put his fucking fist into the shield thing on the pay-per-view, and I was like, bitch, what's that? What are you doing here? And so I did some digging, and apparently Sheamus said on, like, a talk show interview shortly, like a couple of weeks ago, like, he referred to Cesaro as, like, a happily married man. And I was like, is it because he got married? Is that why? And, like, WWE does not want to acknowledge it. Doesn't
Why
want.
not?
Because Cesaro is a handsome, eligible bachelor. And, like, Sarah Del Rey works
really
in the
fucked
back.
Up teeth,
Yeah,
so.
it's true. It's damn true. But yeah, I'm
He's
pretty
got
sure.
braces. He looks so cute in his braces.
That poor guy. I love that they make him talk in his mouth guard because they don't want people to see his braces.
I love his braces.
Poor Cesaro.
I think they're cute.
Poor Cesaro. Any other news? The women's contracts are shit.
I mean, what else is new?
What else is fucking new? Apparently, Nia took her leave of absence because they told her she was going to lose clean to Sasha at the TLC, and she was like,
yeah, and then she
no.
called her cousin The
Rock.
And she was like, bitch, walk out.
Yeah,
and she
right.
was like, all right, The Rock.
I'm gonna. And
That's
also,
a rumor, allegedly.
Allegedly. But also, like, yeah, that totally
It
makes
doesn't make sense. Why would you lose clean to Sasha?
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's like having Braun Strowman lose clean to The Miz.
Yeah, for no reason. It's like
yeah.
What? Yeah, so
That's
I don't
like
blame
having
her.
Finn Balor lose clean to Kane. Finn.
God.
Who even
What
cares
the-
anymore? I know.
What the fuck? Oh, so ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, also Kushida called Enzo a fuck because he stole one of Kushida's moves. And I was like, damn, if Kushida doesn't like you,
Yeah.
like, you fucked up real bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one more piece of news.
Oh my god, you got so excited.
Davey Boy Smith Jr. saved a woman from jumping off a bridge this week.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I woke up and he had like just posted it, and I was like, I'm half asleep. It's 7 a.m. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, okay, so if you haven't heard, Davey Boy Smith Jr. was driving and saw a woman standing on a bridge about to jump off, and he was like, bitch, no, I don't do it. And he and I don't know who else was with him, his entourage, I assume, went up, and he was like, you don't do it. He tried to convince her, and she was like, no, I'm gonna do it, and like turned around to jump, and he fucking grabbed her by like her neck and her arm, because he's a grappler. He was like, I'll tear through her clothes if I grab those. So he just grabbed her as hard as he fucking could and just deadlifted her off of this bridge, threw her on the ground basically, and like pinned her on, like until the ambulance came, and they like put her in handcuffs and took her to the hospital. But he straight up saved that woman's life, pulled her from a fucking bridge, and kept her from killing herself. Like, I can't even imagine what that would be like. Like, what a, first of all, amazing. Second of all, fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So that's like the apex of the news for this week. Like, literally saved a human life. Pretty cool. Very, very cool thing to have done.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So I watched TNA. I made you watch part of it.
Yes, I did watch part of it.
The things that are worth talking about. Not much. It was not a great episode. So, like, I don't know what will happen going forward, because the Global Force Wrestling thing, they had segments all over the world, which in theory sounds really cool, but is actually not very cool, because they don't show you the whole match. They show you, like, a snippet of it, which is like really
like
dumb.
Old primetime TV wrestling.
Kind of, I guess.
Weird.
Like, some of them are full, some of them aren't. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I'm not a fan of it. Like, in theory, it sounds cool, but it's not. So there was a lot of that going on with EC3 and like OVE and whatever. Who cares? The things that are notable. So Adonis and Johnny Mundo wrestled, because Adonis keeps like interfering with Eli Drake and Johnny Mundo, and then Eli Drake came out to like mess with Johnny Mundo after he pinned Adonis, but then like somehow he lost his pants.
I love it when Eli Drake loses his
I know.
pants.
I was like, I guess it's just Eli Drake's thing. So then he's in his like
butt, I'm not gonna
underwear.
lie.
But then like they beat up Johnny Mundo, and then he takes his shirt off, and then it's just like in his underwear, like underwear, and is like strangling Johnny Mundo with his shirt, but is like in his underwear. I don't know. I was like, why are your pants off? Fine. Whatever.
I will take it, I guess.
Champ running around in his panties. Whatever. Taryn Trell has left Impact.
How long did that last?
Like 2 months, 4 weeks.
Yeah, not very long.
Not very long. She wants to pursue a different career path. Like,
what?
why did you come back at all?
Right.
She's training to be stunt woman. I mean,
okay.
She came back, renounced her Christianity.
Right?
So now Bound for Glory is going to be Sienna versus Allie versus Gail Kim. So it's
Okay.
a triple threat instead of a fatal 4-way.
Oh, okay.
There was that awful American Top Team promo that was so bad. It
may
was
have
like
been one of the
so
worst
good.
promos I've
It
ever
was
seen.
so... I don't even know. So it's
It made me want to
Lambert,
die.
who is like the owner of American Top Team or whatever, and so the backstory is like Moose has like broke into American Top Team and like stole a bunch of their titles or whatever, and so American Top Team invades Impact, and they're like, you know, you came into our home and disrespected us, and like he was like, I love professional wrestling, and then he was basically like, I'm the best fan, and he like just like nerd challenged everyone, and it was like, do you know who
Name 5 title holders.
yeah, do you know who fought Bruno Sammartino and for what belt? Well, I know who it is, and I own this belt. And then he just like showed off his like collection of belts.
It was very weird.
And
it
then-
was so uncomfortable.
Moose comes out, and then Lashley starts fighting him. Then like security comes out, and everybody's fighting him, and he is just with his like terrible voice, just is screaming, oh jeez, what do you think you guys are gonna do? Don't you know who we are? Google us. Oh jeez. Security, what do you think? Oh jeez. Do you know who we are? Oh jeez. Oh jeez. In my head I was like, if I had been writing this Impact review, it would have been called Oh jeez. It was so funny. Because
so
like it's all
weird.
these MMA guys and wrestlers fighting each other
Badly,
like,
for the most part.
Badly, yeah.
Very badly.
But he's just standing there like a fucking Minnesota mom. Oh, jeez. Don't you... Oh, have you Googled us? Do you know of the Google? Oh, jeez. So
That's exactly what it's like.
yeah, it's so funny. Also, we both made an observation. He definitely looks like if Jeff Jarrett and James Ellsworth had a baby.
100%.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh, the Google? And then the main event, which is cool that it was the main event, was Taya versus Rosemary in a grudge match. Because last week, Rosemary called Taya out and Taya misted Rosemary, which is Rosemary's whole thing. And Rosemary had the best reaction to getting misted. So then they had a match. It was really good. Taya ends up pinning Rosemary, but then Rosemary grabs a mic and like delivers a promo and then mists Taya. So even though Taya won, like they're on an equal playing field, and then Rosemary's like, we see red together, we fight well together, but now I want to see a different red. I want to see the red of your blood.
I'm gonna paint this arena with your blood.
And then she just started screaming, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. So they're gonna have what I assume is gonna be some kind of like street fight or something. Like, I'm sure there'll be a stipulation named to make it bloody specifically for Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there are 2 women's matches at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, agreed. That's nice.
Yeah.
Fancy that.
I mean, well, their Impact, I think, has always been good about giving their women time, but they're not good at having multiple women's storylines.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have 2 women's storylines is like pretty
It's
good.
impressive, yeah, for them.
So I like that. Oh, and another thing that happened. So Grado had signed with Joseph Park to get his visa and has been like working for him, and like it was found out last week that Joseph Park has been like really working Grado but like not giving him money and skimming off the top. So Grado called him out. Joseph Park was like, well, I'll give you your visa if you beat me in a fight. And Grado was like, great, I'll sign the contract. And then Joseph Park was like, well, you really should have read the fine print, because not only is it a monster's ball, but you're not fighting me, you're fighting my brother, quote unquote, Abyss.
Oh, jeez.
Grado is fighting Abyss in a monster's ball at Bound for Glory, which is going to be absolutely absurd.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
I love Grado, so.
That's true. And I do like Abyss, and like that's his match. That's what he does.
He does that match.
We're gonna get
and,
a board with a bunch of barbed wire on it
a lot anymore, because we have this Joseph Park character.
Yeah.
So Abyss, it sounds weird to say this, but like Abyss feels like a treat because like we don't see him anymore. Mm-hmm. Like Joseph Park took off his glasses and was like, "My brother." It's like, take out your teeth. See, where's the fake teeth?
Thank you.
Take out your teeth.
I just want to yell, "Take out your teeth" at people.
Anyways. It was not a great show, but there were good moments.
Okay, that's fine.
The things that I usually care about, like Trevor Lee has this whole new thing where it's like the cult of Trevor Lee, and the tagline is "Together for Trevor," or "Together we're Trevor" or something. What? But it's Andrew Everett and Caleb Connolly, and they're like the followers of Trevor Lee, and he's like their leader. Together
so
for
he's
Trevor.
Like Jesus now.
I mean, he's got the look.
That's what I'm saying. All right, okay.
Carolina Jesus.
Yes, Carolina Jesus.
Did you watch the season, maybe series finale?
Maybe series. Yes, I did. I did actually. It was very surprising. I was like,
yeah, the ending was pretty nuts.
Yeah, the ending was fucking nuts. Also, like, we have been saying for weeks, like, LOL, this fucking Puma Johnny match, like, I wonder who's gonna win this. And then, like, halfway through the episode, they're like, LOL, Puma wins. Like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? There's so much time left.
Well, it started with, so it was a 2-hour show.
Yes.
It's usually an hour, so it's a 2-hour show because it's the finale. Vampiros in a suit, which was, like, unnerving.
Super weird.
I did not like it.
I didn't like it either. It
was more creepy than, like, all of his, like, makeup.
Especially since on, like, the second night, he was in, like, a t-shirt and he looked like he was drunk the whole time. Like, this is a stark I'm pretty sure he was.
It opened with Dragon Azteca Jr. versus Matanza in a steel cage match. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty basic steel cage match until Matanza threw Dragon Azteca through the cage. Yeah. And then they were like, I guess Dragon Azteca wins because he technically escaped the cage.
He touched the floor first.
But then Dario was like, no,
there's no escape.
I don't think so. That's not how it works in this temple. Get your little ass back in that cage. Black Lotus returned.
Yes.
We had a lot of wonderful returns.
Yes, that was really nice. I was super excited to
Jump
see her.
from the top of the cage.
Yeah, that was dope.
Takes out Dragon Azteca I'm not really sure if she realizes that he was right. I don't know why she was like...
because she still thinks that he is the one that was responsible for her master's death.
But Dario lied to her about who killed him.
I don't know. That was the clip they showed at the beginning of the episode, so I assume that's what we're supposed to infer.
Well, she took him out, which made sense, but then she took Matanza out and, like, was like, Dario, you lied. And Dario was like, I did lie. So, like, if she knew that he lied, why would you take out Dragon Asaka? Why would he just be like, I'm sorry, you were right the whole time?
I don't know. That's true. That's a good point. Maybe
Bitches be cray.
Maybe when she took out Matanza, she, like, absorbed all of his knowledge, and in that moment, she was like, oh, no!
No, I think she knew.
Oh, okay.
I think she figured it out.
Just a bitch, okay.
But then, while she was trying to beat up Dario, Matanza was like, see you later, bitch, bye. But we got Black Lotus Black, and I like Black Lotus a lot. And I know we won't be getting the Triad back. Well, we could get, if there was another season, we could get 2 out of 3.
That's true. They could replace Carrie.
Or not even have her. They could just be like, she died, I guess.
Our Triad is one short.
Well, there would technically be a Triad still.
That's true. It would just be Black Lotus is the part of the Triad. It wouldn't be Black Lotus and the Triad.
It was never Black Lotus and the Triad. It was the Black Lotus Triad. And also, Triad means 3, but Triad is also a gang. So, like, there are more than 3 in a gang.
All right. Fair.
Don't you watch any Kung Fu movies?
No.
The second match was Mill versus Jeremiah Crane versus Cage in an elimination match. That was an added stipulation for the gauntlet. Mm-hmm. This match was nuts. I did not take a lot of... It's hard to take notes with Lucha because you're like...
Yeah, I was just like freaking out the whole time.
But the first thing that I wrote was Sammy looks really good covered in blood. Like, it like suits his aesthetic.
Uh-huh.
Like, specifically, it is like, yeah, you should be covered in blood all the time.
Uh-huh.
When he skewered Cage's head, he skewered him. I almost threw up. I was like, oh no, too far.
I, like, didn't understand what was happening at first. And so I rewound it a couple times and was like, what the fuck is happening here? It was... I think the most disturbing part for me was when he did the DDT, and then Kane sat up, and there was just this, like... Cage sat up, and there was just this, like, really thick trickle of blood that, like, fell down. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just kind of, like, sliding out, because it was like, here is this pouring of blood. It was fucked up. It was crazy.
It was nasty.
It was a great match.
You know what I really appreciated? So, Mill and Cage are big dudes that are actually really limber, but because of their size, they, like, can't do a lot of the moves. But it was nice to see them fight because Mill was like, oh, I can do a fucking head scissor.
Yeah.
I can't do it on fucking Prince Puma because I'm like 8 times the size of him.
Right, I'll kill him.
I can do it on you, and I'm going to do it, and everyone's going to freak out because I'm really good at it.
It's true. He is really good at it.
That was great. I was like, Mill! What?
Mm-hmm. He's
Cage,
a great wrestler.
Jumped over the top rope and was like, I can fly. I loved how calm Katrina was the whole time.
Yes.
She was like very steadily watching. Jeremiah Crane was the first one eliminated.
Mm-hmm, of course.
There were lots of table spots.
And then he immediately came back and was like, bitch, I don't think so.
Yeah, he was like, well, if I'm not going to win, then Mill's going to win because my girl's got to get her gauntlet.
Yeah,
Which
I like.
Storyline.
I thought it was a great choice for him.
Because Mill is obviously like focused on Katrina, but focuses on Jeremiah, like, I got to take him out. Whereas Katrina's like, if Mill's gonna win, but my girl's gonna get the thing, like, I'll let that happen. Mm-hmm. Which was, like, a nice differentiating between their, like, how they think about it. Whereas, like, Mill is very, like, animalistic, whereas Jeremiah Crane is a little bit more, like, strategic about it.
Mm-hmm. That's
I like
a good way
that.
to describe it.
But then the lights went out, and motherfucking King Cuerno came back from the dead.
From the dead.
Because nobody dies. It's just like a comic book. Nobody dies in Lucha.
Fucking dies in Lucha. Not the only person who came back from the dead.
Well, we were only told that Dago was dead. We never saw him die.
That's true.
So she clearly just was like, whatever, you're my new sex king, I guess.
Right? She was like, you're going off to get rehabilitated. Wink.
You're gonna go become a reptile, and then we can get together IRL.
If you literally murder someone for me.
No big deal. I mean, I had Nick murder somebody to prove his love.
Oh.
I don't understand.
I guess
Is that not what we're supposed to do?
Fuck, I've got 2 weeks to get Michael to do that, I guess.
Gotta get him to murder somebody.
A short list.
Cuerno comes back, takes out Mill, steals the gauntlet, and is like, bitch, fuck you, Katrina. I got this gauntlet. Katrina's just like, I guess I'll have to figure that out. Her reaction was great, because it was so subtle. Like, she was mad, but she was also like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you were an all-powerful, like, half-dead, half-alive person, I have a problem sometimes when I see people, like, I just saw a play that a friend of mine was in. He was really good in it, but there was this character that was supposed to be, like, this evil overlord who has, like, power over all these people, and she was, like, really playing it up, and I was like, but if you had the power over everyone, you wouldn't play it up.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to. You don't have to be scary lady. You don't need to, because the fact that you are not playing it up is the scary part.
Is scary, yes,
and
absolutely.
Katrina is really good at it. Or the actress that plays her is, like, specifically really good at that type of acting, which I, like, really appreciate.
Yeah, I agree.
The next match was not a match. It was it was the Johnny Mundo story directed by Taya.
Nice little piece of propaganda.
If you want to know what Boone the Bounty Hunter is like, a lot of Johnny's acting, like, is a lot like that. Because, like, he plays very similar, like, Boone, the character in the TV show, is like, look at me, strut. It's great. I love that.
I thought it was really funny. And Johnny Mundo's a really good actor.
He's very funny.
It's funny because, like...
Gotta watch Boone the Bounty Hunter. It's so good.
I like... Because Johnny Mundo is a person.
Right.
And then...
John Hennigan is a
person. And then, like, Johnny Mundo is a character that he plays. And then inside of this piece of propaganda is, like, propaganda Johnny. And so it's interesting to watch, like... You are making choices about this and are really fucking good at
smart,
it. Yeah, he is very smart.
And also the side bits with, like, PJ Black and Jack Evans with this, like,
it is so weird to see Jack Evans with his jaw still broken.
Well, at the
over
end,
a year
when
later.
he came in to fight with Puma and Penta, or Puma and Mundo, when the Worldwide Underground came in, he talked.
Oh, okay.
And they made a point, because he was like, let me get on at that, or something. But they made a point to highlight, like, he's talking.
Okay. Good.
We're done with that.
Thank God. I mean, it was fine, but, like,
and he
that's
played
his
it
whole
well.
thing.
And he dealt with it really well with the whiteboard. And,
yeah.
like, I mean, Jack Evans is great, and he did a great job. The Mundo story directed by Taya. So good. I love that their intern was like, he's kind of like Jesus. Or the Buddha. No, he's better than Jesus.
Yeah.
They were just, like, letting that slide. Honest, like a Mexican channel, and, like, a lot of Mexican people are really
religious, yeah.
They're like, no, Johnny Mundo, better than Jesus.
Love it. Great.
Get
excellent.
That anti-Jesus heel heat, I guess. So it was Johnny Mundo versus Puma in a title versus career match.
Yes.
Because Mundo wasn't going to lose didn't lose his career, but Puma would have if he had lost this match.
Yes.
I thought it was really good. So it got a little shenanigan-y. Puma or Mundo, one of them accidentally kicked the ref, and then Worldwide Underground came in, and Ty looked great in her little, like,
yes,
panda ears. But then Angelico came back, and he was like, I'm back. Again. Look at my triumphant return. Again. But it was nice, and he chased them all out, and, like, chased Ricky Mandel out. Ricky was like, I'm here to help, and Angelico was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that was great. I liked the way he looked, too. I liked that he didn't have his hat all stupid, and, like, his hair didn't look as dumb. I was like, oh, you don't just look like a bike messenger now. This is nice. I like this.
It looks like it works for fucking Potbellies or something. But he looked better this time.
I guess that's an upgrade. At least you're inside.
Johnny Mundo lost.
I know, it was fucking really surprising.
And we're like, oh, Puma won. This will be interesting. How did Puma win? But then Dario comes out and is like, I'm Dario. I know technically you're supposed to wait a week, but rules are like bones.
They're made to be broken. The best. The fucking... I want to get that line tattooed onto my body.
Rules are like bones.
They are meant to be broken. I just fucking love it. So
it was like
good.
the most Dario line.
It is. It really was.
That'll go right on his gravestone because he might be dead.
He might be dead. Very unclear.
So it's Pentagon versus Puma. Penta cashed in his, like, gift of the gods. But it was a career match. So whoever lost, two favorites of the temple. It was so interesting to see at the end of the show, or at the end of the match, where, like, some people were like, yeah, zero miedo! And some people were, like, weeping.
Yeah.
They were like, but that's Prince Puma. Like, he started this whole thing, which is, like, true. And, like, he's not coming back. We know that he's not.
Well, I also
he
feel
dropped
like
his mask. Somebody else could, like, be Prince Puma Jr.
Right, exactly. I feel like part of it, too, is
Little
that...
Prince Puma.
This was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And so at the time, it probably felt shocking.
Right.
That he...
Because you didn't know all the dirt sheets and the rumors
Right,
and
like
stuff.
there were rumors that he was unhappy while they were taping, but like it didn't really come out that he was leaving until after this was done. And so I feel like if I had been in the audience, I probably would have cried too. Like, what the fuck is happening?
What's happening? I thought
it was really good.
I thought it was really good, but
they just have great chemistry too.
Yeah.
Like
the Vampiro bit, I was like, way to fucking telegraph, bro. You like grabbed onto Penta like a whole 2 minutes before Puma did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so you're gonna do something.
Uh-huh.
Because Vampiro's master told him to fuck with Puma to get Penta to have the belt to do something crazy.
yeah, so that somebody else could. I don't
know. Because
what is wrong with Vampiro's skin? Like, he went from being fine, creepy demon to, like, melting in, like,
I don't
a
know. It must
minute.
be his new master. And I don't know if that master is supposed to be somebody that we recognize because they showed his face or is, like, a different, totally new character.
I don't know. Is he a
I
god?
assume it's a new... Yeah, it sounded like a god. He had, like, a crazy voice and then they magicked the fuck away.
Right, yeah.
So, it would make sense.
We gotta learn about these gods at some goddamn point.
Puma left, and Penta's a champ. And he was like, this is my temple now, and I'm gonna rule with big balls and zero fear.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I know what that word means. I don't speak Spanish, but I know what that word means. And then we had all of the, like, closing season vignettes. We had the, like, very dramatic Puma taking his mask off and walking away. And then we had... Cuerno sitting in his, like, his throne
I'm a hunter.
room. Yeah, it's like hunting room where he had his gauntlet, like, put up, like, not wearing it, put up like a prize. Like, I hunted this and this is my thing, which is appropriate for him.
Very appropriate.
Sexy Star was signing stuff for her loving, adoring fans. And then, like, a creepy little girl was like, she hasn't forgot, here's a scary-ass spider, bye.
Who is the spider person? Because there was the guy who was the spider guy, but that's not. It wasn't his thing.
Because she thought it was him, but it wasn't him. Because he was just Castro.
I'm just a jobber.
Yeah, well, he was the cop. That was his, like.
Oh, right. That's why they had that mask match. That's right. That's right.
So I don't know if it is supposed to be the moths or it's supposed to be somebody else. Who knows? Daga is now the king of the lizards. And Dragon...
And he fucking cut Pintar's head right off.
Cut Pintar's head right off.
That dude's gone.
And Drago was like, I am brainwashed, but also I don't want my head to get cut off.
Right?
I'm concerned about my head. Rey Mysterio visited Montaza's jail? Is that what it was? Or was Rey Mysterio also in jail? Are they in jail together?
I think Rey Mysterio's in jail. I think he's in jail. That's what I got from that. It looked like he was...
they're, like, together
because he was, like... The way you saw him was behind a set of bars, which I guess could have been through Matanza's cage.
Well, because Matanza was sitting, and then there was a noise, and he, like, stood up and was crazy. So if Rey was just there the whole time, why would he be...
Well, I feel like someone else came in. That's what that was. That they were both in the jail, and someone else was coming in.
He did say new management when he shot Dario. So who knows?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Who is Dario calling? I mean, like, Dario can't be dead. If there's a season 4, Dario's not dead.
His brother has a literal god inside of him.
Dramatic.
I fucking hope he's not dead. He's the spine of that show. Like, like the backstage stuff. Like, he really does set the tone for how good that stuff is.
Yeah,
it would be very, like, how do you lose Prince Puma and Dario? If Dario was so upset that he left, then I might be done.
I don't think that is true. I think it's just a good storyline, and like he'll be saved somehow, or like the person he called will like save him or whatever.
I hope everyone's ready for a season 1, season 2 gap between season 3, season 4. We've got like a year and a half coming, at least.
If we have anything
If
coming.
we ever have anything coming, we're going to have at least a year and a half.
I
will pay to go to the tapings. Like, let me pay money to come to these tapings.
Yeah.
I will fucking do it. Like, I want to have a vacation in California. I will go to Boyle Heights. I'm here for it.
It's great. I mean, it was a really good Ultima Lucha Trace, top to bottom. Good storylines, lots of fun stuff. Great way to wrap up the series. And just like in season 1, like the wrap-up stuff was really good, but
yeah, it was.
But closed stuff off, but left it open-ended.
Just in case.
Oh, there was like a scene where like Melissa and Phoenix were like, we're laughing in our car.
Yeah, and Katrina was like, watching them? The Heels and Deals think that Katrina's true love is Melissa, which I actually think would be really interesting.
I would love that.
Because she's already told Phoenix many times that he's not...
I don't give a shit about you anymore.
Yeah, so it feels very weird that she would then refocus on Phoenix. Like, is it because he has 1,000 lives? Does she think that he'll get the gauntlet from King Cuerno? I don't really know I don't remember what their history is. But I would love it if Katrina's true love was Melissa. That would make total sense. Like, all these fucking fuck boys, I don't give a shit about them. I'm bisexual, I want this lady.
Fuck boys.
Right? Sammy, or whatever the fuck your name is.
Jeremiah Crane.
Bible Bird, I don't know.
That's so funny. We talked about NXT last week.
Yes, we did.
The old one. I am over Total Bellas. I know. JJ makes it unwatchable for me.
He really does make the show unwatchable.
I'm gonna watch it, but I just needed to take a break because I was so uncomfortable.
This one was bad too because he wanted to renew his vows with his wife and
his wife that he's you just had a baby, but you're not flirting with me enough.
Right? You don't suck my dick enough and you're nursing our child. Also, our child is sick and I'm going on vacation and I don't know why we're not boning. I have no idea.
JJ's the worst.
He's the fucking worst. So he gets I'm just going to spoil the whole
that
episode.
His sisters are way more successful than him.
Yeah. So he planned this whole thing, but basically told them I'm gonna put this off till the absolute last second, and if it's good, then you can't be mad. No, that's not how that works. Absolutely not.
I mean, if it's not good, you can't be mad.
No. If I do it at the last second and I do a good job, you can't be mad that I stressed you out by not doing it until the last second. No.
Did he do a good job?
He did, but Prank Man also played a prank on them, had them all get onto this party bus and was dressed very casually after everyone got very dressed up. And Lola's I feel like an idiot. Why am I so dressed up? And he looks like a fucking chode. I don't understand.
Why did she put up with this shit?
I don't know. And so they pull up to this bar that's a dive bar, and he's I'll be right back, I'm gonna go inside. And they're fuck you, what is this? I don't understand. And he comes out in a fresh red suit, and he's I was just picking up champagne from this dive bar. LOL, did you think we were stopping here? Yeah, you're an asshole. Of course they think you're stopping there. So he took them out to the desert, and they had
trash.
violinists playing, and Daniel Bryan got certified so that he could remarry them. Yeah,
I don't think you have to get certified to renew someone's vows.
You don't. They're already married.
Fucking stupid.
It was real dumb. I have noticed also that with this season of Total Bellas, they will show a bunch of clearly scripted shit, and then they'll have these moments of people actually talking. They do it in that black and white film almost, where it's here's a memory. Remember when we showed you this? Wink. No, this is the only time we're showing us this, and it's the stuff that feels the most natural. So there was a scene like that where JJ asked Brian I want you to do this because I think it's important. You're part of our family and you're connected. So it was really nice. But it was also why did you throw this in now after we already feel he's a giant cunt?
A giant cunt.
He really does ruin the show. I would much rather Mama Bella be a regular character rather than JJ.
I like Mama Bella a lot.
I do too. I feel bad for her.
They're so mean to her.
Her kids are fucking mean to her.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it though, we're all mean to our parents.
I mean, yeah, but I would never say some of that shit to my mom.
Yeah.
Rude. Fix your mouth.
Fix your mouth. Wash your mouth out with soap, Brie and Nikki and JJ.
The jaws off. So yeah, the next week is
Nikki's proposal, and then Birdie gets pooped out.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Correct. Also, Brie waited until 2 weeks before she gave birth to decide where she was giving birth. What? That was another one. They were we've done a bunch of research into looking into different methods, and they're here are 8 different things of them going to other birthing options that we didn't show you until now. I was what the fuck is this?
Total Bellas is just subbar to Total.
It really is. It's very strange. Really it's they have too much footage and they don't know what to do with it, so they just script a bunch of stuff and are throw it all together, it'll be fine.
And nobody cares.
It's so weird. Whatever.
What did you think about TLC?
I really enjoyed it.
Really?
I think it was really good. Yeah. I
had a really good time watching Raw and SmackDown this week, but for some reason, even though there was some stuff that I liked about TLC, I just was bored is not even the, uninvested is the word.
Well, it was weird. That was part of it. A bunch of shit happened right beforehand. Obviously, people are out. Roman's out. Brave's out. So, it was amazing to have Finn and AJ on the card together. That was a great match, but it was weird because
it was a great match with no stakes, so I was uninvested.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. And
Same
I
with
thought
the Kurt Angle thing. I was just uninvested.
I watched that match, and I was like, this is really good, but there are parts of it that I'm like kind of tuning out because that's what happens during those pay-per-views because they're fucking long. So the next day I went back and I rewatched it while I was working out, and I was like, this match is actually really, really good.
I thought the final match was so stupid, made no sense. It was really dumb and was really fun.
Yeah, exactly. It made absolutely no sense.
Zero sense. Why is Kane there? Why is there a dump truck? Why is Kurt Angle there? What is happening? It's very stupid.
Did they murder a person?
But it's also really fun.
It felt very wrestling. It felt very pro wrestling, and so I really enjoyed it. And like, I thought, honestly, like, it felt like they would have done this exact match, beat for beat for beat, if it had been Roman instead of Kurt Angle. And it made more sense with Kurt Angle. Like,
because, like, why would anybody go into the back?
Yeah, like, why does Roman constantly get hurt during matches? Like, why does Unbreakable Big Dog always get fucking broken and taken to the back? Like, Kurt Angle, who has the fucked up-ist body of anyone of all time, it feels like, is like,
he's had a broken neck for like 50 years.
Right? He's like, I can't stand. I'm gonna go to the back. They're like, yeah, okay. And he's a good actor, too. He is good at selling that. So, like, walking around the ring and, like, kneeling at the top of the ramp, like, or at the start of the ramp, like, I can't go on. I'm so hurt. Like, he sold that so that when it wasn't that long. Like, he was only in the back for, like, 7-8 minutes.
I mean, it was a long match.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
1,000 people in the match.
That's true. Including entrances, it was an hour.
I also, like, really hated how that was the only match that had any tables or chairs.
Yeah, it was weird that there weren't more. Like, for a TLC card, it felt like...
It was weird, right?
It felt
they were like, this is what it's all about. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Also because they were everywhere. Like, why weren't more people using them?
Because, like, they weren't no DQ matches. And if they had used them, they would have lost.
That's true. I did like that they addressed the weird strings of chairs hanging from the ceiling by Kane murdering Braun with one.
That was awesome.
That was fucking cool.
I was watching it because I didn't watch it live on Sunday because I was shitting the bed in a performance.
Yes, of course.
I wish I had just stayed home. So I was watching, and that part I was watching, like, walking from the train to home, and, like, I was, like, looking at my phone, and I just, like, yelped outside in front of a bunch of people, like, ah! It was cool, though, where Kane was like, I'm gonna pull these chairs down.
Right?
Yeah,
it was nice to see him, like, look down at Braun real quick, like, bitch, cover your head, too. It was nice. There was this moment of, like, here's this human on the floor. Well, here comes these fucking chairs.
Here come the chairs.
That was real cool. I liked that a lot. It was weird to watch them murder Braun in a truck. I'm really confused about why that happened. Like, he and Kane turned on each other because Kane hit him, but then Kane was like, because also, fuck you for being mad at me.
There can only be one monster.
So weird.
It is really weird timing. Isn't Kane running a fucking campaign?
Yes, which I think is why they are doing this, because then he's relevant, and it's the celebrity thing. Someone will go to the polls and be like, Glenn Jacobs, he's Kane from WWE. I just saw him at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. He had this awesome match. I will vote for him. Literally, there will be thousands of people who do that.
I don't know how big this county is, so maybe not thousands.
I mean, hundreds, at least.
Hundreds.
I mean, it's
amazing that you think
a part of Kentucky.
lot of
It might be
people
thousands.
remember real wrestlers' names, though.
Well, they'll see his face and be like, oh, that guy.
Yeah. Kane.
Kane. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's why he beat Finn, to be honest. I think it's because they want to give him a boost, and, like, they're not going to have him on for super long, so,
and
like...
Finn, the man, can lose whenever he wants.
Whenever the fuck, yeah.
Yeah, whenever they want him to, because he can always come back as the demon and win. I guess that's their plan.
That's how they do it.
The two things that I really loved about this match, or this card, I thought the Asuka-Emma match was really good.
I did, too. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great how much time they gave them, too. Right. It felt like a real match.
I did think that their match on Raw was better.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were about equally good, but
not better, and, like, I just think Emma and Asuka work really well together. I just thought, like, Emma looked, like, we all knew Asuka was going to win, but part of the brilliance of Asuka is that Asuka really...
She sells like a motherfucker.
She really brings her other opponents up and ups their value. Whereas, like, some wrestlers, like Randy Orton, just squashes the shit out of people. Like, he is somebody who squashes people. He doesn't elevate his opponents.
He can, and he chooses not to. That's why it's hard.
Or, like, storyline-wise or whatever, like, who knows. But... Asuka, like, that's what her NXT run was.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, really, to have her lose the title to anybody.
No.
But she, like, elevated the shit out of Ember, and she elevated Emma down there, and she elevated Nikki Cross. Holy shit, she elevated Nikki Cross.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that is what Asuka, like, anybody who thinks that Asuka is just a squasher, like, that's not what Asuka is about.
I agree.
Asuka elevated fucking Dana Brooke. Like,
That's true. Let Dana fight Asuka next. Like, poor Dana. That bitch just running away from the SmackDown team. I didn't even realize
Running
it was
away.
her. I was like, where the fuck is Dana? And then just see her
Bye, Dana.
running away. She and Emma were hanging out.
yeah. They're friends. I also thought the Jason Jordan and Elias stuff was really funny.
I thought
Just, like, multiple times just come out and throw shit at Elias.
After a while, I was like, this is weird. It feels like they're kind of over milking it because that's what WWE does. But they were both really good at it.
And also their match on Raw was good.
Yeah, it
and
was.
like Elias it's just so funny.
He fucked him up with that guitar on Raw.
Really did.
Immediately, it was like, here's this big
Giant.
fucking well all up on his arm. It was bad. It was really, like, it turned purple immediately.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are my two favorite, like, matches. Yes, Finn and AJ had a good match, and then they had their, like, too sweet moment. But, like, to me, I was like, this really feels like blowing our load early. Like,
I thought it was
there
really...
is no... There's no stakes. There's nothing. Like, it just felt like a blowing your load to me.
It felt very much like although, I mean, let's get real. Sister Abigail was gonna be dirt. Like, so it was almost weird, too, to be like, I had such low expectations for Finn on this particular pay-per-view, and then to get this, like, amazing technical match between two people who are so happy to be wrestling each other. Like, that was why I enjoyed it, because you could just tell both of them were so fucking happy to be doing it.
We're friends.
Like, yeah, like, we've never gotten to do this before. This is
Here at
incredible.
WWE. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess
it
not
was
in
their
New Japan either.
Yeah, it was their first ever match together, and so it was, like, incredible to watch them, like, have this moment, and I really liked that. And I also
But doesn't
liked,
that
like...
feel like, why is that on TLC? Why is that not, like, something we build up to?
Because-
That just felt like a throwaway
Well,
to me.
it felt perfect later during Raw,
Yeah,
when
I
they were,
guess.
like... And especially during SmackDown, when Shane McMahon is like, he really should have questioned why I just let him have my best superstar. Like, that was really fucking dumb. Like, yeah, that was really fucking dumb. Like, it did make sense later, but at the time, it did feel very much like... And especially on Raw the next day, it was like, why the fuck is AJ here? Could you just not get him back to South America fast enough? Like, it was very strange.
I also, like, was questioning, like, why even have this Sasha-Alicia match? Like, Alicia's just gonna lose. But having her come out on top as the, like, crazy-ass champion and leader of the Raw team on Raw the next night was poetic justice.
Also,
it was fucking great. And she, like, tried to kiss the ref, and the ref was like, don't kiss me.
I like, too, the difference between the way the Raw women's team and the SmackDown women's team are doing it, where, like, Raw right now is just Foxy, and the whole SmackDown team is done. We already know who's on the team. We know who the leader is.
Not you, Lana.
Not you, Lana.
Daniel, there are 6 of us. Oh, you're right. Not you, Lana.
Checked her. So, it was funny to watch Carmella be like...
They all were like...
snapped. Becky Lynch's face,
funny.
she could not hide it. It was just like...
I, like, kind of want to make that my new pin.
It was so good.
Like, nah, you, Lana.
Oh, it was so good. I loved it so much.
Funny.
But I like, too, that it also, like...
I just love Daniel. Oh, not you, Lana.
So casual. Like, just fucking...
It's like, great point. There are 6 of you, but I was only talking to 5 of you.
Yeah, not you.
Not you, Lana.
I like, too, that I feel like what they're building towards is Foxy is bananas, and she's gonna build a bananas team.
Kurt was like, you know you can only win if you pin somebody in the ring. And she was like, Kurt, you're so crazy. Stop messing with me. You've been here for 10 years, Alicia. How do you not know the rules?
So funny. But yeah, I feel like
This
she's
is like peak
I feel
Alicia
like
vibes.
that's how we're gonna get a team of Alicia Fox, Dana Brooke, Emma, Mickie James, and Nia. And she's just gonna be like, fuck you guys. Why wouldn't she? Like, it's totally makes sense with her character. Why would she put Sasha on her team?
They're not gonna have...
Unless they do a Raw Women's title match also on Survivor Series. Like, they do have to fill the rest of this card.
They're doing Alexa Bliss versus Natty.
For now, like, that's...
Yeah, but the rumors, they keep saying that there are, like... They could switch, but, like, the rumors are that they're not going to switch any titles. There's only 4 weeks.
True. That's true.
So...
I don't know. I think it would be kind of nice to see
Yeah,
other
but I
people.
think it would also just be, like... I think they're going for it. It's going to be entertaining to see Alicia interact and be the boss of Sasha and Bailey and the, like, normal gang. Yeah, I thought TLC was good. It just, like, whatever. I thought Raw the next night was great, though. Like, there were just, like, really good moments. I loved how Alexa Bliss had this really great, like, you deserve it promo. Then Mickie James delivered the sickest DDT in the highest heels.
Oh my god.
That's
like heels.
How is that not, like, a Guinness World Record?
I
like,
don't understand.
Most, like, wrestling move done in the highest heels.
Yeah, insane. Insane. Those were some, like, Beyonce 6-inch heels.
Everybody
like, they were
was like,
fucking high.
Everyone was like, that's what you get for being a 6-time champ.
Yeah, right?
You know how to DDT somebody in the craziest heels. And didn't even miss a beat.
No, not a second. It was just like, boom, down, boom, up. I'm
like,
the
walking
best.
to the ring, walking up the ring. I've walked in a ring in heels. It's
hard.
hard. And then doing the DT in the heels, I was just like, I am so impressed.
It was excellent.
I am so impressed.
It was so good. They had a great match on Sunday.
They really did.
I was very happy with it. Also, Mickie James finally fucking called it out in the pre-show interview that she did. Like, why do I have to keep saying this? I'm not the oldest woman here, even though everyone thinks I am. Also, I'm younger than a lot of the men. This is fucking dumb. Like,
yeah, I didn't see that, but I heard about it.
Yes, I started literally cheering. Michael was like, you need to calm the fuck down. And I was like, no! Address sexism!
Address your internalized misogyny! I usually am like, oh, another Paul Heyman promo. But I love that Paul Heyman was like, Jinder Mahal, you are
who dat? Who the fuck is that guy?
I just love that Paul Heyman was like, yeah, usually when I give these promos, I'm like, Samoa Joe, totally worth it. Braun Strowman, totally worth it. But you barely held on to your championship this whole time. It is a fluke that you're the champion still. Get out of here.
And again, no lies. I did not see any lies.
Brock Lesnar just standing there with his dumb
giggling.
face.
Did you see that? I think Total Divas episodes posted it. Also, they're the best if you don't follow them for wrestling gifts. You fucking really should. They're so good. The best
gifts.
So good. They posted, I think it was them, posted a gift that just said, I'm Brock Lesnar and I approve this message. And it was just a long gif of him just like standing and mean mugging the camera. And then at the very end, he goes like this.
And then smiles.
And just smiles. Like, yep, that's the end. I was like, oh. I did like that Jinder Mahal called Paul Heyman a used car salesman. And I was like, again, no lies.
I see no lies.
I do not see any lies here.
Enzo got the championship back at
I was
TLC.
like, did something else
but
happen?
He poked him in the eye, won dirty. But the next night on Raw, he apparently lost his voice and had to have Drew Gulak.
It was the greatest thing
and they
ever.
all did his little dance, which, like, I don't like Enzo, but, like, seeing all of the, like, quote, bad 205 Live guys do the dance was, like, no, darling, I'm dancing.
Also, I thought it was a really smart way to get people to start disliking that chant. To have a bunch of heels do it makes people not want to do it. And so I like that when Daivari did it.
How are you doing?
I like that when Daivari did it on 205 Live, he was like, this is not a sing-along. I am saying this.
Daivari did a great job on 205
I like that it was a contrast, too, where it was like, I'm Drew Gulak and I'm the whitest man alive.
I'm Drew Gulak and I approve this message. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
I thought Enzo had good reactions to Drew. He was like, I want to judge you and be shitty, but you're also in my corner, so I'm trying to be supportive, but also you're doing a bad job.
It was so good. I love Drew Gulak so much. I'm glad he's like finally getting his comeuppance.
He had his PowerPoint cut from the kickoff.
And his kickoff interview was great. He came on and just yelled over... Did you see it?
Uh-huh.
He just yelled over Renee Young. Was just like, I will not be silenced by the man. You will not keep Drew Gulak down. You cannot do this to me. You will not take my platform. Renee was like, we will be back in a minute. We're gonna cut. Sorry.
Well, Drew Gulak on 205 Live had a similar promo, and then it was like, we're starting the PowerPoint from the beginning. Well, I'm having a protest. Nobody's coming out here to interrupt me, because that's one of the rules. But then, of course, Grand Metalik came out, and they had a really good match.
They did have a very good match.
And then
chemistry.
Drew Gulak went to break his leg so he couldn't jump off the top rope, which is rule number 1. Mm-hmm. But then Tozawa came out and saved him.
Mm-hmm. With his chance.
My
sign says no chance.
No chance. That's one of the rules. Everyone's breaking the rules.
I fucking love it. I love it so much. He's so good. Oh, I adore Drew Gulak.
Daddy Drew. Yeah, he told us he was his dad. He was our dad. You gotta believe him.
He is our dad.
He's our dad. He's our daddy.
I feel very uncomfortable calling any man I'm attracted to daddy. It just makes me deeply uncomfortable.
I'm okay calling Drew Gulak daddy.
I'll stick with Drew Boo. You can call him Daddy Drew.
He asked us to call him dad.
Did not ask us to call him daddy. It's very different.
I think it was implied.
Oh, okay.
And then Raw ended with hashtag Under Siege.
I love that they had to call it Under Siege because they don't want to do the invasion angle because it reminds people of the Bullet Club.
Heroes of that were Becky Lynch, The New Day, and
Becky Lynch looking like she's about to fight a bitch at any second. She's like, oh, women in the front. Here I am.
But some of the men too. Chad Gable was great. He was like...
I love that he attacked Jason Jordan. I like that they're heels. They're like heels now, like proper heels.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to differentiate them from American Alpha also, just as like a quick note.
He was great. New Day was hilarious. And
New
Day's like...
New Day.
For a day.
For a hot second, yeah.
Their Instagram, like, social media thing was hilarious. Did you watch the whole thing? Mm-hmm. They were singing Baby I Like It Raw, but they were singing... Baby, we don't like Raw. We don't like Raw. And then Biggie said something like, if Raw was our baby, we'd throw it away or something.
Yes! Hail New Day, we will fight your children!
Xavier was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I don't want that baby. You should watch it. It's worth it. Everything New Day does is worth it. But New Day was great. I loved it. I love that they like knocked over, I think it was Baron Corbin just kicked over a light for no reason. Like, they were like, fuck everything.
Fuck all this shit.
And SmackDown, New Day threw away Raw fruit because they were like, get it out of here, it's Raw. So stupid.
So stupid. I love Shinsuke walking around like, I don't really want to beat anyone up, but I'm a team player, so I'm here.
Yeah, Shinsuke was just like, I'm casually just laughing at all of this.
There was someone that he like knocked down, but he like really casually knocked them down, and I was just like, okay, Shinsuke, do whatever. I love Rusev in a hat. He was like, I'm not ashamed. Oh, did you see what he tweeted about Baron Corbin on Tuesday?
No, what did he say?
After Baron Corbin's match, he tweeted, maybe Baron Corbin will start wrestling in a hat soon too, and then didn't tweet for the rest of the show.
I know. I thought this weekend Tuesday, I was like, your hair is looking particularly rough today.
Yeah.
Particularly rough.
Apparently you were not the only person who noticed.
Hashtag Under Siege.
Is Shane a bad guy? I think he's a bad guy.
I mean, it really felt like
It felt like he's a bad guy now.
They toted Kurt Angle around him and they were like...
It looked like they were going to execute him.
Yeah, basically like, watch us beat up your kids.
Yeah, it was
before we murder you.
Yeah.
That's how it
also,
felt.
your literal kid, your literal fake black son, we beat the shit out of him. Like, hope you liked it. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they're bad guys.
Yeah, and like Shane came out in a leather jacket.
Did you notice on
like,
Raw and TLC that like Corey and Booker T could not keep their shit together?
No, I don't know what is happening with. They
very entertaining. Though.
Argue with each other earnestly all the time now. Like, what is happening
but
here?
But they also have like a sense of humor about it.
Yeah, they're
like,
both
they were like
good
laughing
at it
and like stuff. But
it sort of feels like they just let their weird rivalry take over commentary too much now. Like,
yeah, I agree.
And I don't hate it, but I'm also like...
Well, Michael Cole also called Booker out about the Jason Jordan stuff, because Booker T just shit talks Jason Jordan, and then Jason Jordan wins, and he's like, this kid's great. And Michael Cole was like, what are you talking about? You hate him, right?
I like the commentary. It's weird, because I feel like the commentary on Raw... It is really unclear who is supposed to be the good guy and who's the face and who's the heel.
It depends on who is in the ring.
It literally does, and I really like that, actually.
Because, like, with Elias, like, Corey is the heel because he hates him, and Michael Cole is, like, the fangirl over him, and Booker T is kind of, like, the neutral one. It, like, really switches.
It really does. It's very bizarre, because you're right.
Michael Cole is an Elias fangirl.
And sometimes Michael Cole is, like, a straight-up heel, and sometimes he's, like, he loves Bayley. He kept calling Asuka fun for some reason.
That's because her hair is so fun.
She wears so many colors.
She wears that thong. Thongs are fun. Michael Cole definitely thinks thongs are fun.
Yeah. He's like, I don't get it. It seems so fun. It's not for me, but it's for you. All right. And like Enzo, Corey, I love that Corey has hated Enzo since NXT. Like, it is my mission to destroy this man. Like, yes, I'm on your side finally. Yeah. You were right all along.
About one thing, but not about the welfare system.
I was on welfare. No president ever helped me. Bitch, literally, yes, they did.
That's what welfare is, Corey.
Fucking idiots. What do you think gave you that money? Anyway.
Corey. Sammy coming out at the beginning of SmackDown and just like
Battle skanking?
yeah, I was like, I genuinely hate skanking and all of that shitty music, but like, if this is what we're doing, I'm into it.
I fucking love it.
I'm really pissed that Randy Orton won. Why?
Because I feel like what's going to happen is Kevin's going to lose next week, and then he and Sammy are going to let the Raw team in.
That's great, then. If that's actually what happens.
I honestly think that's what's going to be.
Because
like,
Kevin has been talking for a long time about how he hates being on SmackDown. He wants to go back to Raw. And Sammy was like, you guys baited me to get over here.
Yeah.
And then you did dick all with me.
And they have advertised that Kevin is going to be at Raw shows at the end of December.
That would be great if that's how they switched him. Because they're like, oh, we're going to fuck you over, bitch.
I think it's very smart. It makes a lot of sense. And also it would like make sense too because Kevin is a great star. Like... They would be well served to be on that show. Like, have Kevin and The Miz fight each other.
Sammy and Kevin.
I love them so much. I love how delighted they are whenever they see each other. I'm just like, oh, you're all so wonderful. I love wrestlers who are good people.
New Day versus Benjamin and Gable. It was a fine match, whatever. Big E tried to, like... I guess Booty-O's from the, like, bottom of Big E's fucking singlet is supposed to be, like, spinach, like, to Popeye for Kofi. He was just, like, shoving. He was like, no, I got you, Kofi. I got you, Kofi. Usos on commentary were fucking
phenomenal.
Great.
They were so good. It is amazing how much better they've gotten in a year. Honestly, like, they are very, very good at what they do now.
Good.
Like, they've always been good wrestlers, but their characters were always fucking milquetoast.
They were supposed to be milquetoast.
Yeah,
They were
and
like,
so...
we play in the paint, whatever.
Now, like, Shelton Benjamin. I'm like, I love everything about what you're doing. I love them. I think it's great. I'm so happy for both of them. I love that they're clearly having so much fun,
they're
too.
Doing so good.
I love them.
And Gable and Benjamin are starting to, like, get together and, like, figure their shit out.
Mm-hmm. Like I said before, I like that they're heels. Like, it's smart. It's a smart way to...
Are they heels?
I mean, they won by cheating, so
That's true. I love that at the end, Usos were like, we're gonna cheat better.
Yeah, I like them. Like, oh, well, okay. And also, like, Chad did attack Jason. He was the first person to hit him, so I feel like that... And they, like, made sure to mention it. Yeah. So I feel like... And American Alpha was the babiest of baby faces.
That's true.
So to bring Shelton Benjamin in and be like... LOL, replacement black guy feels real gross. And so to be like, this is a different team now. Like, yes.
American Alpha 2.0.
Do they have a name or are they just Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable?
I think they're just Benjamin and Gable.
Okay.
That's what the Tron says.
Okay. I mean, Sheamus and Cesaro have been the bar for a year and are still Sheamus and Cesaro.
Right, but they haven't been the bar for a year. They've been together for a year.
You're right.
The bar is relatively new.
I mean, not that new. It's been a couple months.
But it took them a while to find a name.
Yeah, but they have a shirt with the bar on it. And
but they also made a Cesaro shirt in like a fucking 2 seconds. Like, the bar came a lot later than the establishment of their tag team.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying now they have a shirt with their name on it,
but they
and
also
they're not.
were solo stars for such a long time. They're never going to be called the bar. They don't call fucking... Well, I guess they do call them the Shield, but not really. But like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because they were the Shield before. Like, if Dean and Seth had never been a tag team before and didn't have a previous name and come in and become known as a name and then just got together as a tag team, they would have been called Dean and Seth.
I mean, Jericho and AJ were Y2AJ. It's literally
for 5 seconds.
Yeah, but they still had a fucking name. The bar's been around for months.
Yeah, but they also had their own entrances, and they were also called Jericho and AJ. They had a shirt that said Y2AJ, just like Sheamus and Cesaro had the bar, but they
announced them as Y2AJ. That was like their official name for a minute.
But they had separate.
I was at the Raw where they broke up. I remember them being announced as Y2AJ.
So they got announced as Y2AJ the night they broke up?
Yes.
Your argument is invalid.
I mean, they did get referred to as Y2AJ.
The fashion dogs happened.
It was really good. I love the
I love that Carmella walked in and goes, I'm not a part of your skit.
I know. I love, too, that during the women's match, she was only, like, casually irritated that... At first, I didn't understand what she was doing. I was like, why are you waving this at Naomi? I don't get it. And she's like, he's missing! I was like, your bitch is missing. I see. Also, I love that James Ellsworth just barked the whole time. Because he's a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're just full bitch now. Okay, I see. Cool.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well
Do it, yeah. That fucking underwear. I couldn't.
That was disgusting.
It was fucking disgusting.
I feel like Carmella was not mad enough that it had been, like, in her contract.
Right.
I
Is her
would've been-
contract in there?
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point of that.
I mean, if she knows she's not going to cash it in, why have a contract there? Someone could steal it.
Yeah, but nobody
Like
else
Dean
can
did to
cash it.
Seth.
Yeah, I don't know. But he stole the whole thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It was gross. I love that the Ascension is, like, the straight man. Like, they're being silly.
I know.
But then, like, they'll all be silly together, but then the Ascension is like,
Bludgeon brother.
you guys get it, right? And the Fashion Police are like, no. Oh, the bee is silent. And they're like, no, that's not how bees work.
Is that how silent works?
Oh, the Ascension are so good.
Oh my god, the four of them are just so fucking good together.
So
like
good.
they just work very, very well together. And you know what? None of them are wrestling, and like none of them are getting hurt. They're just having
Yeah,
the
but I
fucking
would
time
love
of their
to
lives.
see them wrestle.
I mean, I would too, but at the same time, like I would almost rather they build up this really strong character storyline and then just wrestle every once in a while. Like,
Yeah, but the Bludgeon Brothers are going to have to come in and, like, squash somebody, and I don't want them to squash either of those two teams.
yeah, that's true. I wonder who they will. Jobbers. They'll bring in somebody.
Shane is like, hey, Daniel, and Daniel's like, hey, but, like, maybe you should not invade places without talking to me because I am also a boss. And Shane's like, no, but I'm, like, the bossiest boss. And
I can
Debride's
do
like,
literally whatever I want.
I get it, but, like, also, it would have been cool to get a text.
Yeah, right. You don't have to run it by me and ask permission. You just kind of have to let me know. Really important to my job.
Yeah, so we'll see if that goes anywhere. Baron Corbin, Sin Cara. Sin Cara won with the DQ. Baron Corbin went apeshit. Jinder Mahal gave a promo, and then AJ, like, beat one of his henchmen in, like, a fucking second. He's gonna fight his other henchman next week. Who cares? There was the women's 5-5 for captain. I thought it was a very fun match.
I did too.
I like how good Tamina is looking in these matches.
I agree.
But not winning.
Yes, I agree. I think it's really
right.
smart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Becky got it. I
Me
think
too.
She needs it.
I agree.
She deserves it, but she also, like, specifically needs it.
Yes.
She has, like Charlotte is clearly going to chase Natty after Survivor Series, and Naomi had the belt for a really long time, and Tamina and Lana have this thing going on. Carmella's got the briefcase. Like, Becky needs something.
Yes, very
and
much so.
This is something, so that's good.
She currently feels like the only person on SmackDown who just feels so
Only
under.
woman.
Yes, sorry, of the women's division, feels like the only one who's just like so underused because they do such a good job of using their whole women's division that when Becky isn't featured or doesn't have like a featured story, it's really obvious. And so I really appreciate that she's part of this. Also, like, they rely on her to be funny. Like, let her lead the team and be funny. I'm
Especially
so into
compared
that.
to, like, what Alicia's gonna do. It's, like, a really good contrast.
Absolutely. Like, she's a strong team builder and she cares about unity and teamwork, but, like, also she's hilarious.
Yeah. It's really great.
Yes.
Also, next week, there's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match between Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode.
Oh my god, I couldn't care
Oh, my God.
any less. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Did you Google us? We don't want it.
Did you Google milk toast? It's Bobby and Dolph.
Bobby. Bobby.
God damn.
Bobby
I love
and
that Bobby's
Dolph.
committed to wearing the robe at all times. He's like, am I not wrestling? I'm gonna be warm and comfy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's it. That's the wrestling.
Oh, shit. Okay,
We
great.
did it. We don't have any questions. We don't have any new reviews because our fans are trash. I'm just kidding. We didn't ask for questions, but, like, how do we not have any new reviews, you garbage monster? It's just to the point where I, like, neg the whole audience.
Right.
To get
If you
more
get to the
reviews.
end here, you're getting negged, bitch.
I gotta nag them so people give me attention, right? That's what nagging is? I don't know. I never read that book. Also, nagging would not work on me.
No. People have tried to do it to me, and I'm like, are you fucking serious right
Have
now?
you said
Like,
that? Have you been like, are you nagging me?
yes, I have.
What
And
do they say?
And it's just like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, blocked. Thanks, bye.
I wish somebody would nag me.
It is shocking. Like, oh, you'd be much prettier if your hair was cut like this. Like, literally suck a fucking hammer. Like, I don't give a shit about your opinion. Like, don't approach me in a bar and tell me my outfit isn't right. I know, I'm lazy. I don't give a fuck. Like,
I know what I look like.
Right? I looked in a mirror before I left the house, for fuck's sake.
This is my brand.
I don't want you to speak to me. That's why I'm dressed like a trash bag. Hello?
I can imagine somebody coming up to you at a bar and you just being like, I dress this way for a reason. Walk away.
Dude, do you remember when Emily worked at that bar up in Rogers Park?
Yeah, of course.
I went and hung out with her one night because she was bartending. And so I was reading the, it was that, oh my god, Van Gogh. It was the Van Gogh book that was written by the same guys who won the Pulitzer for the Jackson Pollock.
Oh, okay.
It's excellent. The Van Gogh one is. It's Van Gogh Life. And I'm clearly reading this big ass fucking like textbook basically at the bar, like drinking a bar on the end next to the wall talking to the bartender.
Dress like how you dress.
Dress like how I dress, like a fucking trash bag. And this dude came and sat next to me and would not leave me alone. I was just like, oh, wow, you're reading at the bar, huh? What are you doing? It's real dumb to come out into public and read because it seems like you don't want people to talk to you. And I finally just like slammed the book closed, was like, I don't. That's why I'm reading at the bar. Like,
what did he say?
He was just like, oh, you don't have to be rude. And I was like, I clearly do. Please leave me alone. And Emily came over and was like, just leave her alone. It, like, why would you do that? It just makes no sense to me. Go for someone who cares. I clearly don't. It's not a prize you're gonna win. I'm just gonna be really angry.
That's so funny. I don't think I've ever really yelled at somebody being hit on. I do have distinct memories. People used to compliment my glasses all the time, and I was like, what a dumb compliment. And so, like, eventually I just started being like, thank you. I need them because my eyes don't work.
Do you remember?
Thank you. I need them to see.
Do you remember when we were living in Rogers Park and there was a guy who catcalled you while you were walking home with a bunch of groceries?
I had dropped my groceries because he catcalled me and I just kept ignoring him. And then he said, he called me a bitch. I think he was like, you're a bitch. And I just dropped my groceries and I went, you're a bitch! I'm just trying to go home. And he was like, okay, have a nice day. And I was like, you have a nice day. Leave me alone.
Although we lived 2 blocks from this, not even, like a half a block from this fucking grocery store.
I had no makeup on. It was like a Saturday morning. I was just casually walking, clearly like lugging like too many groceries for me to be walking.
Because we live so close. It was like, I do not need anything to carry these home.
Too much.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey baby. All right, bitch. And I just dropped all my groceries and went, you're a bitch.
That street was, that like particular corner is weird because the International Leather Museum is right there, which like I did not realize for months that we lived literally across the street from that. Really? And then later I was like, oh, everything makes sense now.
Yeah.
I wish I had realized it sooner. I would have taken advantage of it and been like, can I come peruse the leather museum?
It's free.
I know. It's only open at certain hours, though. You have to, like, schedule a tour, basically. Anyway, we don't have any reviews. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Stella_Cheeks.
You can add her if you want her to call her a bitch. If you want her to call you a bitch, I guess.
Yeah, don't at me just to call me a bitch.
No, then she'll destroy you. Don't do that.
I don't need you to do that. I understand who I am.
You can find me at Urgency.
You can find us on cagesideseats.com. You can find us at notyourdemographic.tumblr.com.
You should rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes.
But also, if you aren't on iTunes, you should still download and listen and subscribe. Because you can subscribe on other places.
Yeah, but you can't make reviews on anywhere now except for on the Apple, whatever the fuck it's called. It used to be iTunes. I don't know.
Whatever.
I can't make reviews on anything.
You can also send us an email with thoughts and questions at notyourdemographic at notyourdemo@gmail.com. Is that right?
I thought you were going to say the Tumblr address.
I almost did.
I was like, wait, what?
Nope,
I guess you can ask us questions there if you like. You're very welcome to do that. But you could email us.
Very welcome.
Yes.
So next week we'll have an episode, but the week after that we won't have an episode because Erin is getting... Oh, well, we will have an episode, but it won't be a live episode.
Yes. It will be the live
It will
episode.
be a live episode, but it won't be a timely episode.
Yeah, so don't expect news. We're not a news source.
But we have one more before Erin gets married.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And
So.
it'll be...
And we'll see what happens in the new year because I start grad school and our schedules are going to be wonky, so there might be an adjustment period.
Yeah, we might go back to posting on Fridays, which
Right.
we originally used to do, so
and there's
kind of feel weird
holidays
about
coming
it.
up. It's going to be a mess for the next couple months, probably.
Yeah, it's that time of year. That's why we have Google
Just
Hangout, too.
Deal with it.
Kind of figure that out.
You
All right.
don't care.
All right. Demi's.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Just trying to rip this thing out.
Just rip your pants?
Yeah, because they had like this little.
Oh.
These are like they're really old. They're from like when I was in Loyola, and they just have like a thing on the bottom that was driving me nuts. Oh, and I have one on this one too. Get off.
It's
So
my
strong.
middle school jeans. Just like, fuck these hems!
Fuck these jeans.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
It's a common expression, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. However, what if the horse's mouth is filled with useful insurance tools? This is the exact case with the Geico app. Yes, the app is free and therefore a gift horse. However, look inside the app and behold, emergency roadside assistance, digital ID cards, bill pay. Get the Geico app. Look it in the mouth, get amazing services. Thank you.